Kiran, are you there?
Yeah, I am there.
Can you please present the PPT as soon as you're done?
हाँ, 1 मिनट बस कर रही हूँ.
So, Kiran, please present. Take it to the presenter mode. Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. I think we'll wait for people to join in and then we'll start in the next 2 minutes. Okay, perfect. We have people streaming in and yeah. Okay, perfect. So, hi everyone. This is Soumya Nayyar from SCMHRD Pune, and we are here with our flagship event, Aspirant Outreach Drive, wherein we'll address your doubts about the SNAP exam, anything related to the SNAP exam, anything related to the college as well, anything that you have doubts regarding the same. You can just ping your questions in the chat box, and we'll address them. And we will brief you about the SNAP exam, the tips and tricks, and of course, there's one small surprise for you at the end of it. So please stay tuned by the end of it. And now we can, I think, begin with our session. Kiran, next slide. Okay, so initially about the SNAP exam is of 60-minute duration, and the number of questions that are basically in the SNAP exam is 16 number. The biggest change that has come throughout the last year as compared to last year is that this year you can basically give out 3 attempts. Last year you could only give out 2 attempts, but this year you can give 3 attempts of the SNAP exam, which of course opens more opportunities for you. The SNAP exam particularly consists of 3 sections, which is general English, analytical and logical reasoning, and quantitative and data interpretation. There are 15 questions for general English, 25 for analytical and logical reasoning, and 20 for quantitative and data interpretation. And again, if you give a correct answer, you earn 1 mark. But if you give a wrong answer, there will be a negative marking of 0.25. So analyze the paper accordingly, and of course, choose the questions accordingly so that you don't lose a lot of marks. Next slide, please. Okay, so the SNAP timeline is, so on August 4, we started with our registrations, and the registrations end on November 24. The payment, of course, closes on November 24th as well. And the admit card, so again, there are 3 slots. These 3 slots range from December 10, December 18, and December 2022. So these are the 3 slots, and of course, you can appear for all 3 of them. And if you register for the respective slots, again, your admit card will be live respectively. For December 5, you'll have the admit card live for SNAP Test 1. On December 10, the SNAP Test 2 admit card will be live, and the SNAP Test 3 admit card as well. Post the exams, of course, there will be an announcement of result on January 10, 2023, on the basis of which the percentile will be generated, and on the basis of that, you will receive a shortlisting for respective colleges. So I think we have a fair number of people joining in the live. So if you have already registered for SNAP, then you can ping in the chat box, and if there are any doubts about the SNAP exam as well, again, you can ping in the chat box. And if you haven't already registered for the SNAP exam, you can scan the QR code that is available on our screen, or you can log into www.snaptest.org and register for the same. Now, coming to the syllabus, if we talk about it, we have 3 sections, as I had earlier mentioned. That's verbal ability in general English, logical reasoning, and quantitative and data interpretation. So verbal ability basically consists of basic questions related to synonyms and antonyms, fill in the blanks, idioms and phrases, verbal reasoning, and all of that. Logical reasoning, of course, questions related to blood relations, clocks and calendars, series, analogy, all of that, and quantitative and data interpretation. So, of course, the major chunk of the SNAP exam forms from arithmetic and algebra, and of course, permutation and combination as well. So, while you are focusing on the syllabus, it is very important to understand what are your strengths and weaknesses. Like, particularly, my strength was English. So, I did not focus much on English, but I focused on maths because that I considered as my weakness. So, it is very important to analyze your strengths and weaknesses and act accordingly so that you can be well prepared for the exam at the end of the day. And we see a lot of messages coming in the chat box. So keep on texting on the chat box, and at the end of the session, we will address all the queries as well. We'll move forward to the next slide. Okay, so the selection process. So when it comes to the SNAP test only forms 50% of the whole process. So it is a 60 marks test, and which is scaled down to 50, which forms only 50% weightage of the whole process. So on the basis of the SNAP test score, you will receive shortlisting for various colleges, and then the latter part of the process begins, which is the VAT and the GEPI. So the VAT is the written ability test. Written ability test is wherein you will have to write maybe an essay of around 120 to 150 words on a certain topic, and that would be conducted online. And then comes the group exercise and the personal interaction. So the group exercise is basically a task-based exercise wherein you might be given a situation, or for that matter, a topic wherein you'll have to discuss and come up with a solution with your counterparts. And the third round is the personal interaction round. So one thing which is unique to Symbiosis Institute is that it is a personal interaction round and not a personal interview round. So wherein the panelists want to know you more and understand how your goals align with our college, and on the basis of that, your score is generated, a cumulative score is generated, on the basis of which it is decided if you are a part of the merit list, the wait list, or the reject list. And of course, at the end of the day, we also wish to see most of you as part of the merit list as well. So that is how the whole selection process occurs. If you have any doubts regarding the selection process or how our selection process was particularly, so you can of course comment in the live chat, and we'll be happy to answer your queries. Next slide, please. Okay, so SNAP myths. So this is one very big problem that we have around, that there are a lot of myths, and we are here to debunk a few of them. If you see some myths which are not a part of this slide, then of course you can text in the chat box as well, and we'll be happy to address them. The first myth is that SNAP is an easy exam. So of course, we wouldn't say that it is an easy exam, but of course it is a very time-based exam. Unlike other exams, SNAP has a test duration of 60. We follow a 60-60-60 pattern, 60 minutes, 60 marks, and 60 questions. So it is very important to focus yourself completely on the time bandwidth of it, because at the end, you might be very well versed with your concepts, but the time limit would act as a drawback for you. So it is very important to prepare yourself in a way wherein you can answer your questions in the time frame as well. The second is preparation of SNAP can be done last minute. So because you are preparing for a lot of exams currently, and you would be focused on that as well. So at the end of the day, it feels as if you can ace SNAP in the last minute. But again, that is not true, because if you look at the syllabus is different for all the exams. SNAP has a very diversified syllabus. So when you look at it, there would be some topics which wouldn't be covered in the other exams. So it is very important to be well versed with the syllabus in advance. So accordingly, you can give the SNAP exam and not be relied on the last minute preparation of it. The third is that entrance exam is easier for engineers. So this is one very big problem that we face, wherein we feel that maybe engineers are at a better pedestal when it comes to giving entrance exams for MBA. So I myself come from an arts background, and it is very untrue, because I have also aced the exam equally as my counterparts. So it is not true that entrance exam is easier for engineers. It's just our exam is basically laid out in such a manner that it is easier for all of people coming from diversified backgrounds, so that you are not deprived of your opportunity on the basis of the background that you're coming in. The fourth one is that G pivot requires no preparation. So once you receive your SNAP percentile, you get in that zone that, okay, I have scored maybe 98 or 99 percentile, and now I don't need to study about anything else. But again, that is not true, because when the first step is written ability test, post the SNAP paper. So when we talk about the written ability test, it is very important for you to be well versed with facts and figures and what is going around the world. So of course, once you get the topic for the VAT, it is important to tweak facts and figures in the same. The next is the G and pi process. So again, when it comes to the group exercise, you have to be well versed with being on your toes and coming up with new and creative ideas when we talk about the group exercise. And personal interaction, of course, requires you to be well versed with your own self. So it's not something that you can prepare in the last minute or be done with it. After you receive your SNAP percentile, it is very important to be aware about the G pivot process as well. The last myth is that different slots have a different difficulty level. So this is something that we have been encountering a lot since the last year. So again, it is not true that different slots have a different difficulty level, because we basically ace our exam in such a manner that irrespective of the slot that you choose, you have the opportunity to address the exam in a similar pattern, because it is up to your convenience if you choose the first slot or the second slot or the third slot. And at the end of the day, we want the best of the students coming to our campus as well. So it is not that different slots have a different difficulty level. It is channelized in a way wherein each of you get an equal opportunity. Next slide, please. Okay, so here comes the fun part. If you all are active, yes, you all are active, as I can see in the live chat. Please scan this QR code and solve the quiz in the next 10 minutes. And whoever wins will get exciting Amazon vouchers. So this is something which is a great incentive for you as well. So I think you can get going and scan the QR as well. And our team will also post the link of the quiz in the chat box, so you can access the quiz there as well. Team, could you please post the link in the chat box? We have a lot of questions coming in. Okay. It shows that a lot of you have already registered for the exam, which makes us very happy as well. And we wish you all the best for the next process as well.
Okay, so I hope that everyone has scanned this QR code and already started with your quiz. Simultaneously, we'll be moving forward with our presentation. By that time, you can keep continuing taking the quiz, but ensure to complete the quiz because you have some exciting prizes at the end of the quiz once you finish it. So we'll give you guys another 15 seconds so that you could scan the QR code and reach to the quiz, and then we'll move forward. Okay, so I hope that everyone right now has scanned the QR codes, and then moving forward with the presentation. Team, can we have the next slide? Okay, so now talking about SCMHRD. SCMHRD stands for Symbiosis Center for Management and Human Resource Development. We were established in 1993 and are one of India's most prestigious MBA programs. Although our school has been a young B school in the country, but you would be happy to know that we are among the 14 B schools in India and only 5% of B schools in the world to have received the ACSB accreditation. Now, ACSB is an international body which stands for Association to Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business. which actually evaluates a college's academic program, infrastructure, various committees, research projects, and then give you a rating to every B school colleges. Very few colleges get selected for this accreditation, and we are proud to say that in India, we are amongst the 14 B schools who have received this accreditation. The college has been equipped with a lot of latest technical competencies, like you have access to various database, up-to-date libraries, the Bloomberg lab. So anything that you need during the 2 years of your MBA program with us, you would get access to it, and you don't have to look anywhere else for all your technical needs. We are proud to say that SCMHRD is a student-driven campus. Starting right from the admissions process to the placement process, everything is governed by the students. Students take care of all the processes so that you know that the students are responsible for everything, and it prepares you for a life after your MBA program. You deal through with a lot of problems, but you also come up with very innovative solutions to all those problems. So it actually helps you ace in your career. We boast for a stellar placement record, which we'll be talking on in the further slides. SMHRD is ranked on number 4 on Unstop. Now, you guys might be thinking what Unstop is. Unstop is basically a case study platform where students from the top B schools in India participate and take part in various case study competitions. Students across the country compete with each other, and we are proud to say that SMHRD has been ranked 4th in order of winning those competitions across the country. We are also proud to say that we have various student exchange programs where students from the campus are selected and are asked to go forward and do a semester of education in an abroad university. Team, can we have the next slide? Okay, so talking about SCMHRD a little more, we have 3 main MBA programs. So talking about the first one, which is the MBA core program, we have various specializations in it. So our specializations are human resources, sales and marketing, finance, operations, and strategy, innovation, and entrepreneurship. The next program that we have is the MBA business analytics, and then we have the MBA infrastructure development and management. At times, SMHRD is related just with HR, but placements and the education program of all the various specializations are equal at SCMHRD, and you get the best of opportunities once you enroll in any of the 3 programs. Looking below, team, can we go to the previous slide? Yeah, thank you. One thing to note here is that for the business analytics program, you need to have a minimum of 2 years of work experience. Right now, freshers are not able to enroll to the business analytics program, but you can definitely go forward and enroll in the MBA core and the IDM program, where you can see 57% of the people coming in the MBA core program are mostly freshers, whereas 47% coming in the IDM program are mostly freshers. So the opportunities you get, irrespective of your work experience, are equal to the people. Looking forward at some of the rankings that SCMHRD has, we are the 2nd best B school in Pune. We are the 5th out of the top 100 private B schools in the country. We are the 2nd best B school in the West private zone of the country. Team, can we move to the next slide? Okay, so here's a look at our illustrious alumni base. Give me on the chat, how many of you have watched the Shark Tank season this year? Just write a quick yes in the chat. People who have watched Shark Tank in India, give a quick yes in the chat. Okay, I am surprised that not a lot of you have maybe watched Shark Tank. Okay, I can see some yeses coming in the chat. Okay, so tell me, in Shark Tank, who was your favorite shark this year? Yes, there's a lot of yes coming in the chat. Who all were your favorite sharks this year? Come on, guys, give me your favorite sharks. Who among the judges were your best sharks? Okay, so can you look at these pictures on the screen and tell me, is there anyone that you recognize from Shark Tank India? Any one of the people, do you recognize them from Shark Tank India, from any of the episodes? Hmm?
Also, because we saw a lot of people asking for the quiz link, we have posted the link in the chat box, in the live chat. So you can access the quiz link from there and, of course, attempt the quiz, because we promise you we have Amazon vouchers and goodies for you. So please attempt the quiz, and so that we can give out the gifts for you as well. And we see a lot of Aman Gupta, Piyush Bansal, Anupam Mittal coming in our live chat. So do you see anyone who appeared in the Shark Tank episode in this particular slide?
Okay, so I can see a lot of people typing in Anish Basu Roy. So you guys are correct. Anish Basu Roy is the CEO and head of Tags Food. He actually appeared in Shark Tank India, and he's one of our alumni. He got a great deal with the Sharks. Apart from him, we also have Miss Vidushi Vijayvargiya, who was also a part of the Shark Tank India, and she was the head of Isak Fragrances. She also bagged a huge deal with the Sharks. Okay, so these are the two people that actually appeared in Shark Tank from the SMHRD alumni base. Apart from this, you can see many famous people. Komal Anand, he is the MD of Lotte Havemore. Mr. Sudhir Pai, he is the CEO of Magic Bricks. So SCMHRD has a lot of people, a huge alumni base at great places in the country, and we work together to achieve excellence. Can we have the next slide? Talking about the placement records, one of the most important things that any B school can give you. And a lot of you are probably here to check how good SCMHRD is in terms of placements. So talking about it, the highest CTC, that is the international CTC last year, was about 61.50 lakhs per year. The domestic highest CTC for the MBA core program went to 35.5 lakhs. The average and median CTC were very close at approximately 20.40 lakhs and 20 lakhs median CTC. You would also be happy to know that the top 50% of the batch for MBA core got an average CTC of around 23.04 lakhs, and the top 10% of the batch got a CTC of 31.10 lakhs. This is talking about the MBA core program. Moving forward, talking about the business analytics program, the highest CTC was the 32 lakhs. The average CTC for the batch of business analytics was 17.30 lakhs, whereas the median CTC for the batch was 16.95 lakhs. You can see a lot of various sectors visiting the campus, like conglomerates, consulting, ITIS, FMCG, pharma, telecommunications, and many more. For the infrastructure development and management batch, the highest CTC was ranked at 26.50 lakhs, whereas the average CTC for the batch was 14.31 lakhs, and 14 lakhs was median CTC for the batch. Again, you can see there has been a lot of various sectors coming in to hire people from the IBM batch. And you can see that there's a huge increase of approximately 14.5% over the last year in the placements for the IBM batch, which is a huge increase. So all the batches have been showing constant increase every year, and the placements have a great record at SCMHRD. Can we have the next slide? Okay, so now tell me, who all are your favorite companies? Companies that you might be using every day, and try to locate some companies that you use every day in your life, or they could be your dream companies that you want to join after MBA. Give me their names in the chat. Let's see which all companies do you like the most.
Okay, so let's see what all companies are your dream companies, given that you guys are already preparing for exams, for your MBA entrance exams. So you might have some dream company in your mind. So keep on texting in the live chat so we can address them as well. Okay, we have responses coming up. Flipkart, Jio. Okay, what else? Google. Okay. Okay, somebody's saying I'll build my own company. That's nice. Okay, we have a lot of responses coming up. So Flipkart, Google, all of these companies, I think you would be, okay, Deloitte. Okay, that is nice. KPMG, yeah. So I believe you'll be able to locate a lot of companies on our slide as well. So these are our esteemed recruiters. And of course, the placements and the esteemed recruiter slides are the two most important slides when it comes to being an aspirant. So we believe that if you are making a choice about your college, it would be okay. We have more companies coming up.
Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of great companies coming to SCMHRD every year for your placements. So the opportunity you get and the companies that you can relate to are huge. So SCMHRD has always been great in terms of placements, and we have had great companies coming to the campus. So you know that this is one college where you are going to get a lot of opportunities for your lifetime. Can we have the next slide, team? Okay. Now talking about SCMHRD Zeal 4.0. SCMHRD Zeal is a competition from SCMHRD towards all the aspirants who want to come to our college. SCMHRD Zeal is organized every year. It is a case study competition, but the case study competition is divided into 3 rounds. The first round is a mock quiz test where you are given a test that is of 30 minutes and you have to attempt 30 questions. So this is like a mini SNAP mock that you receive from the college. The paper pattern for this mock test or for this entrance exam is on the similar lines of your SNAP test. So giving this test actually prepares you and tells you what kind of questions you might get in your SNAP examination. The paper pattern is very similar to the actual SNAP examination, and people who have cleared the SNAP examination last year have actually created this test. The topics that are covered in the 30-minute test are QA, DI, VARC, and LR. So it is very similar to what you receive in the SNAP examination. Once you clear the online entrance examination, you get a small case study where you need to create a presentation and submit your presentation forward. During this presentation, you would get one-to-one mentoring sessions with the faculties from the college. Also, you would get mentorship from your senior students. So you get a chance to interact with people who are inside college and get a view on how you could actually enhance your skills and see what all happens once you join a B school. After a case study submission, once you get selected, you guys would be invited on our campus. All expenses paid by the college. You would be invited to come on campus and present your case studies in front of a jury panel. You would also get a chance to stay a day in the campus, enjoy the campus life, see what all MBA is about, interact with various faculties, and see which all specializations you would like to take. So this would be a huge opportunity where you could actually visit campus before even clearing your MBA entrance examinations. So these are the 3 rounds for your MBA Zeal. MBA Zeal registrations have already started on Unstop. Like I explained earlier, Unstop is a platform, case study platform, where students from various B schools across the country take part in multiple competitions. The last date to register for the competition is the 16th of September. So ensure that you register to this competition right now. You can scan the QR code on the right side of your screen and register for Zeal right now. The winners get cash prizes worth rupees 10,000. And even if you're not one of the winners, you would still get a participation certificate for SCMHRD Zeal, which would act as a huge CV booster going forward for you guys. So ensure that you do register for the event and try to win this event. because at the end of the event, you have great prizes awaiting you. We'll give you some time to scan the QR code and register for SCMHRD Zeal. Meanwhile, you guys can send in your questions in the chat as well.
Okay, so we already have a lot of questions in the chat box, and please register for Zeal because again, it will give you a small little practice for your snap test as well. The QR code is on your screens, and if you haven't already attempted the quiz, then please go ahead and attempt the quiz, the link for which has been already shared in the chat box. So while we address your doubts, you can give the quiz as well as register for Zeal simultaneously. So we'll go ahead and address your doubts, and if you have any more of them, then of course keep texting, keep flooding the live chat, because even we don't get to interact with you on a daily basis. So if you have anything that you want to ask us about our personal experiences, again, you can go ahead and text in the chat box. So we have a question by Dishant. He says, which slot is best according to you? So again, as we had already debunked the myth that there is no slot that is better than the other. It actually depends on your particular choice, because you would be preparing for a lot of exams simultaneously. So it is up to you to decide which time frame suits you the best. That all three exams will end in the month of December. So it is up to you as to which slot would prefer you the most. And again, at the end of the day, it's very important for you to understand if you want to give one snap test or two or three of them. So it completely depends on you, all in all. The next question we have from Ritik is, what is the weightage for the past record, as I have bad academics? Only I have is 3 years work ex. Kindly throw some light on it. So academics, of course, during the interview round, of course, initially everything depends on your SNAP score. So if you score well in the SNAP test, on the basis of that, you'll receive a shortlisting from various colleges. And when we reach the personal interaction round, again, it is all about knowing you as an individual. So academics is something that you need to be well versed with, coming from whichever background you belong to, arts, engineering, or whatever. So you need to be well versed with your background, but again, it does not play a huge role. Everything is mostly dependent on your SNAP score and how you perform in the GE Pivot process. The next question is, where can I find free mocks for the SNAP test? So again, as we have already mentioned about SCMHRD Zeal, the first round is the online quiz round, which will be a 30-minute quiz test, and wherein you'll get questions from all the 3 sections that actually come into SNAP. So of course, coming back to the mock part of it, you are actually getting a short mock test in the Zeal competition as well. So register for it, attempt the quiz, so you actually get a gist of how the exam is conducted. The next question we have is it necessary to attempt every section in the SNAP test? I think Bhaskar would be better to answer this. Bhaskar, please take.
Okay, so I wouldn't specifically say for SIBM, but for any symbiosis colleges, there is nothing necessary to attempt in the SNAP examination. But for any top colleges in symbiosis, you need to clear a certain amount of percentile, and you do need to clear a certain amount of score in your examinations. So if you leave any of the 1 sections, you would actually fall behind on your total score, and as a result, you might not be able to fulfill your percentile. If you are successful in completing your percentile without attempting a section, then do go forward. But I think that if you actually miss on a section, the total score would actually fall a little less, maybe, in terms of clearing a college for symbiosis. Talking about the next question, which college is best for SCMHRD, for HR, SCMHRD, or SIBM Pune? To be honest, SIBM is a sister college for us. So I would not comment on which one is better. I can tell you for HR how SCMHRD is and how many opportunities you guys can get from the college. I personally, being a student from the HR branch, I can say that the amount of opportunities you get throughout your duration is very great. You get to study a lot of case studies, and you get so many practical examples throughout your classes, so that you know what all different kinds of situations you can face while going forward in the corporate life. So I can say that for HR, SCMHRD is definitely one of the colleges you should be looking forward to. Okay. We need to apply. Okay, we need to apply to college before exam, and which college we should apply among all, mainly for HR. Okay, so answering that question, which you guys do need to take care which is the last date for applying for registering to a college, irrespective of the SNAP date. Once you have registered for the SNAP examinations, you need to apply to all the other symbiosis colleges separately for your, if you want to register for a particular college, you need to take care what is the deadline for each separate college. Post your deadline, you might not be able to register for those colleges. So maybe register for them right now when you have a lot of time so that you don't miss out on registering on some great colleges. Okay. Someone is asking the main topics for SNAP. There's a lot of topics that we have seen in the previous slides. The topics for basic QA, qualitative analysis, your basic grammar and English, and your logical reasoning. I think we have already seen those things in the slide before. So if people have more doubts, we'll again go back to the slide and see those topics once again. Is it necessary to attempt all sections in SNAP to clear cutoff? Okay, it is necessary to attempt all the sections because symbiosis colleges do have a good cutoff, and if you want to clear the cutoff percentile, you have to get a good score in your SNAP examinations. Missing out on 1 or 2 sections might not actually give you a good score in those SNAP examinations. So do try to attempt all the sections and attempt as many questions as you can.
Okay, so the next question we have is from Suhas. He's asking, mainly based on college name, we assume it is exclusively for HR specialization, but in actually it is not. So how is the placement for other specialization compared to HR at SCMHRD? So again, if we talk about SCMHRD, it is a very big notion that SCMHRD only focuses on a specialization such as HR. But I come from a marketing background and Bhaskar here is from HR. So we stand as correct examples when we talk about different specializations, that SCMHRD is not particularly focused on HR per se, but of course, we have other specializations as well: HR, marketing, finance, operations, business analytics, and IDM as well. So of course, we have soaring placement records for each of the specializations, which we have already discussed again. And if you wish to refer, you can refer the placement records and the placement reports on our website. So you can visit SCMHRD's website and check the placement record for the same. The next question we have is, does SCHM offer consulting placements? I think Bhaskar would be a better person to answer this question.
Yes, there's a lot of consulting opportunities that you can get. You can see various companies like Aon, Deloitte, EY coming on campus, and they offer consultancy to various specializations. So yes, when you come to SMHRD, you do get a chance to get into these great companies that are into consulting and can give you a great future in consulting. I guess there are some questions regarding our business analytics field, and Shamika, being from business analytics, would be the best one to take up those questions.
Yeah, so coming to the part of business analytics, I think it's a great course to come in because I joined last year for business analytics, and I think this year for business analytics, and it has been a great experience. You get to learn so many different technologies. People who really want to explore technologies, want to explore the world of statistics, the world of predictive analysis. I think it's a great platform to come here to SMHRD, and we have stellar placements for even business analytics. We have an average of around 17.3 lakhs for business analytics. And I think the kind of learning you get in the analytics field, where, because we all know that today the field of analytics is, on the verge of increase, and everybody wants to go in that field in order to get a taste of how things work on the part of the predictive analysis part. So I think getting into business analytics would be like a great opportunity for everyone who wants to explore the field of statistics. And and we also have really stellar placements for it. We definitely have a criteria of 2 years of experience because we feel that an understanding of a little bit of analytics would make you better, would definitely give you a better understanding of the industry as well.
Perfect. And all those who have already joined the live stream, please do not leave by the end of it, because we'll be announcing the winners by the end of the live stream. And Shamika perfectly addressed questions about business analytics. And if you have any more questions about the business analytics or the infrastructure development and management courses that are offered at SCMHRD, please ping in the live chat and we'll be happy to address them. Another question we have is, are you from human resources? Is there a lot of scope? So I think Bhaskar belongs to human resources as a specialization. education. So I think you take up that question.
Okay, so I can say that yes, in human resources, you would get a lot of opportunities when you come to SCMHRD. There are a huge number of companies that come to SCMHRD to recruit you for both summer placements and your final placements. Plus, the kind of education that you get here is enormous, and you get a lot of knowledge in the field through various live projects. You get a chance to do various case studies in the class, and there is so much talk going about real world problems. It is not just study from the textbook, but actually real world problems that develops you and actually gives you an idea of how things work in the corporate world. So when you come to SCMHRD, the opportunities and the learning growth that you get in HR is enormous. Okay, I can see that which is the best college for finance and symbiosis. Symbiosis, I would say that every college in symbiosis is really good, but talking about SCMHRD per se, SCMHRD posts a very good finance record. The finance placements are coming very close and are actually almost equal to marketing and HR. All the fields are doing very great. Huge companies come to our campus for the finance recruitments. And again, the learnings that you gain are a plethora of opportunities. So you should really look forward to coming on campus and study finance with us.
We can see a lot of questions about scholarships as well. And I think Shamika would be good to answer that.
Yeah, sure, Soumya. So basically, Symbiosis Center of Human Resource and Management basically gives you a lot of scholarships. We have a PG Meritless Scholarship, Leela Poonawala Scholarship, Jayati Deshmukh PG Scholarship for girl students, Outstanding Sports Person Scholarship. So I think there is a huge amount of scholarships that have been offered by our college. And other than that, also, if you have a good CGPA, if you come here, study well and maintain a really good CGPA of around 7.5, you are available for the national level scholarships also. And these kind of opportunities you won't get into, you would only get into colleges like SMHRD, I would just like to say. And the kind of exposure you get, the kind of help you get from the teachers with respect to learnings would definitely make you eligible easily for any scholarship.
Yes, thank you, Shamika. We have another very interesting question coming up by Ankit. He's asking, please tell us about how's your full day routine in brief. So we're really glad to see a question coming about how our offline life at campus is, because we are the batch who is offline operating from campus. So of course, if there are any more questions about our campus life, please tell us in the chat box. Coming back to our routine, of course, we have classes early in the morning. So most probably by 9 or 9:30, our classes begin. And we have classes till 4:30 or 5 in the evening. And because it's a student-led campus, and we particularly as students drive the campus in a fruitful way. So at the end of our classes, maybe we have a break of around half an hour, and then we get to our work and maybe the committees that we have joined, and we start working for that as well. So all in all, the day when we see MBA life as per se, it is a very busy schedule. But at the end of the day, you enjoy it because all the tasks that you take up throughout the day is something that you genuinely wish to be a part of, because it makes you a better manager for the future. So that is how our day revolves. So it begins around 9:30 in the morning and it ends around 10 or 12 at night. So that is the brief of our daily routine. The next question we have is, okay, so Gunnam has asked, sir, is it possible to crack the SNAP exam if we start preparation from now? Of course, the SNAP test is in December and you still have around 3 months to prepare for the exam. So of course, even if you start the preparation, even now, I think if you dedicate yourself and you understand what are your strengths and weaknesses. Like I realized back in the day that maths was not my strength, so I focused my focused my energy towards maths and improving on that. So that's how I understood where to focus my strength, my energy on. So it's important for you to understand what are your strengths and weaknesses and act accordingly, so that you can give enough time to your weaknesses and then prepare for the exam as well. So even if you start now, you are well ahead in preparing the exam. We have another question coming up. by Jeet, a pharma student, any chances? So of course, whatever background you belong to, it is irrelevant, because at the end, you have to appear for the SNAP test, give the SNAP test, and whatever score that you avail in the SNAP test, you will receive a shortlisting from various colleges, symbiosis sister institutes. So at the end of the day, whatever background you come from is irrespectively, you have an equal opportunity to be a part of our campus, be a part of the MBA journey as well. Okay, so there is another question coming up. I have dropped this year. How can I justify it if asked in an interview? I think Bhaskar would be a better person to answer this question.
Okay, so now talking about that, if you have dropped the year, it does not matter really if you have dropped the year, but it does matter what you have done across through the year. If you have done, you can take part in various courses, do various internships. It should not look like you have not done anything throughout a year. You might have had your personal reasons for dropping out this year and your preparations too, but prepare something so that you can justify a gap in your year, so that in the interview panel, you can say that, okay, although I did not do anything this year, but I have done these many courses, or I have prepared this way. So if you are able to justify the gap in your year, trust me, it would have no issues while your admissions in the college. Okay, there is another question that I have 1 year of experience, any chance in SCIT? Okay, so in all the symbiosis colleges, it does not matter if you have a year of experience or not. Everyone has an equal chance of getting into the symbiosis colleges once you have cleared your SNAP examination. So your work X does not act as a major reason for you getting or majorly not getting into a college. If you go through a good GE and PIVAT process, and if you have a good SNAP score, then you would definitely be able to go into a symbiosis colleges. I can see there are, again, some more questions about data analytics. So I think Shamika would be able to take it up better.
Thank you, Bhaskar. So yeah, there was a question which was asked that, what is the scope for data analytics, and how is it being perceived in SMHRD? So actually, we've offered the course offered by the college is definitely business analytics, but you have to understand that after doing the data analysis part, only you can go ahead, take some insights from the data, and take further business decisions. So I think doing the business analytics course would not only give you a taste of the data analytics part, but it will also give you a good taste of how the domains of how the different domains like finance, marketing, or HR, these kind of domains work, and how we can apply analytics in such kind of domains in order to take better decisions ahead. So I think data analytics is a very key part. It's a very important part of our business analytics course, and you get to learn so many different tools like Power BI, Tableau. You get to learn Python, you get to learn R. These all things are being taught in our college just in order to give you a taste of the latest upcoming field of data analytics, and you can basically derive the insights from it and take better decisions for the different domains like HR, marketing, finance, and get a good results for those domains.
Okay, so I can see that there's another question that what can I do to justify my drop? Till now, I have not done anything extra. So till now, you still have a couple of months left through your SNAP examination and your further GE PIVAT process. You can take part in various courses and you can do certificates. Also, you can take part in events like the SCMHRD Zeal, which can actually add to your CV that you have been part of such great competitions. So when you take part in courses and competitions like these, it actually shows that you have done various things across the year, and it will really help you portray that your year has been really useful to you.
Okay, so by far we have answered almost all of the questions. If you have any more questions, then please drop it in the live chat. For now, we have the Zeal QR code on your screen, so please scan it and register for the same, because again, you are getting a SNAP mock in a brief amount of time as well, and it gives you a gist of how the MBA life is later on as well. And at the end of the day, even if you do not reach the last round of it, you at least get a participation certificate, which will eventually boost your CV as well. And because we conducted a quiz in the middle of our presentation, I would further go out and announce the results. So basically, we have the first winner to be Anju. The second winner is Ankush Ranjan Nanda. And the third winner is Suyog Raigonda Patil. So congratulations all three of you for winning the quiz. We'll soon email you the Amazon vouchers as well. But firstly, we would request you to ping us on our Instagram page with your name, the session that you attended, and your email addresses as well, so that it would be easier for us to communicate. Okay, so we've reached the end of our session. And if any of you have any more doubts, then please reach out to us through our Instagram handles, through our various communication portals as well. You can email us, you can text us, and we'll be happy to answer them as well. Bhaskar, Shamika, please go ahead and conclude.
Thank you so much for such an amazing session. I would just like to thank Learn for Exam, of course, for giving us a platform to represent our college and also represent the SNAP exam and give you great insights of SNAP. Other than that, I would also like to add that, in order to get the latest tips and tricks for SNAP, in order to get, the latest updates about SNAP, you should all follow our YouTube channel, our Instagram, LinkedIn, and our Instagram, LinkedIn IDs in order to get the quick updates of it so that you don't miss any deadline. You make sure of it. I am telling you guys. And other than that, of course, as said by Soumya earlier, Zeal, you guys need to get for Zeal. You need to register for Zeal because, Zeal will give you an amazing platform. It will give you a taste of business case competitions, which would definitely be a great booster for your CV. I was the one who last year registered for Zeal and have the participation certificate with me. And it was an amazing, amazing experience. While giving my PI, they asked me about Zeal also. So I think it would be like a great add-on to your resume.
Okay, so I think we have a couple of small questions again in the chat. So we have a question that's working in an NGO justify a gap year. I think that yes, it would be a part of justifying a gap year because it shows that you have not actually sat at home and you have worked for a social cause, you care about the people, and you have actually done something meaningful in life. So it does add on to your gap year. Also, can you suggest some study materials for LR and quants? There are various coaching centers where actually you get a lot of study materials, but SCMHRD, when you register for events like SCMHRD Zeal, you actually get a mock test where you can see what kind of questions come in your examinations. Also follow us on our social media platforms. We come up with various campaigns for all the aspirants where we put up small questions and help you prepare for the various sections in your SNAP examination. So as a college, we would help you. Come and follow us, and we would like to stay connected with you.
Also, when we talk about LR or quants for that matter, and if you're preparing for SNAP exam, I think we believe Learn for Exam has those portals where you can avail these mock tests as well and get study material as well. And it is very important to understand what are the topics and what are the how do you have to focus on it. So for quants particularly, it is very important for you to dedicate a specific amount of time each day so that you ace it and that you are good at it. So I think that would be it from our end. And if there's any more doubts or queries, of course, reach out to us on our communications portal. You can mail us at communications@scmhrd.edu. And you can, of course, Instagram us on our admissions page as well, which is admissions_pr.scmhrd. So let us know if you have any doubts. We'll be happy to address them. And it was a lovely session interacting with you all. And particularly for the winners, congratulations for winning the quiz. Just DM us your names and your details so that we can reach out to you easily. Thank you so much.